All right, it's Sunday, 25th, and I've been out here since since it was dark, and um, both of the hatches are in. Um, this is my. Let me see. I finally figured out that I can actually maneuver this thing like that. Okay, um, that's my collision bulkhead. So you can see it's cut out along the sides to match the hull that has that. It's made to look like it's wood. Has the last look on it, and I got the fiberglass on one side, so that's got some epoxy and some fiberglass mat on it. And over here we have the new Lewmar V700. Um, this is going to be the anchor windlass. I'm just waiting for this to dry off. I'll show you. I have it all. Get up on this ladder. Alright, so let's see here. There's the hole for it on the deck. I already dry fitted it. It works perfect. Listen, anybody's installing one of these things, there is a support plate that comes with it that goes underneath. That's about an inch wider than this area. So just be advised when you're cutting these holes that you need like an extra inch back here for the support plate. And then there's my Lewmar hatch. Man, I should have put this thing in a long time ago. It's so nice to, well, there's that plate I was telling you about. Hold on, let me see if I can zero in on that bad boy. No, right there. That goes underneath. It's a support plate. There's my hatch. I can crawl in and out of here now and not have to walk all the way around and go through the cab, so or the pilot house to get to the cabin. And then the other one, let's go take a look at that bad boy. This one's super slick. I don't know if it was a crazy idea or not. Maybe. But, you know, I was to the point where, you know, this cabin here only gives you, it's not standing room. It only gives you probably at best five, six, maybe. So when I put the head over there on that side, that was not a stand-up head. And the toilet isn't in there. It's just kind of roughed out. The door's in and the walls are in. It's going to take some work to get that bad boy kind of situated, but no biggie. We'll get on it here momentarily. Let's see. Tone this down here. Is that going to go up or down? There we go. Put this on a tripod so I can hop up here. Is that visible there? I guess it is visible enough for this type of work. What? Wrong direction. You're having to deal with me learning how to use this camera. Sorry. Alright, well, fair enough. So, this baby's another Lewmar hatch, and I showed it to you last night, give or take, how this thing, how the hatch itself goes in there, but so from inside it just lifts and then it goes onto these tracks right here, and you can pull it back, and then if you pull it back it'll go almost all the way back, but if I pull it back too far, it'll lock in because these things will push forward and then lock. So it can lock in two positions, the fully closed and then the kind of 3/4 or more than 3/4, but still got a few inches left to go. Let me show you how this looks here. So the idea here is, and call me crazy because you wouldn't be the first, but the idea here is that if you look down there, that's where the floor of the toilet's going to go. So that there's the door, and it's a small head, but it was really cramped in here. So now what I'm figuring is that you'll be able to come in the door, and if this hatch is open, you'll have headroom. You can stick your head up through here, and it will allow you to like use the toilet standing up, and at least you have some maneuverability in there because you have headroom. If you remember all of this stuff here, hold on, there's all my bilge controls and stuff like that. The battery's down there. I already have a floor roughed out for this with the cutout for the toilet and all that stuff. So this is where the head is going to go. And you still have that porthole right there for ventilation, but this is nice for ventilation too. This is a Lewmar hatch. It's like I said, it's a slider, and the beauty of this is that, so it's right here in front of the operator, right? Hold on. So right there, you can see the helm was right there. So if I had a flip-up hatch, which would have been a lot easier to install and a lot cheaper than this thing, if I had a flip-up hatch, it would be blocking the visibility of the operator when the vessel's underway. Like this, I stood in it. I'm pretty tall, and I mean, you could still see over my head even if I was standing there and I have my head up through this hatch hole. That's about 20 inches plus or minus the width of it, and then it opens to about probably 18 inches if you pull it all the way this way. I don't want to do it because then it'll lock and then I have to go in there to unlock it, but you can kind of see this handle right here, and it just goes back and forth, and there's catches on here that will allow it to either lock in this position, a little bit more than this actually. It's got another inch or two to go before it's fully opened, but or you can slide it. Oh, did it already lock? I think it did. Well, fair enough. That's okay. Here, I'm going to reach down in there. Bear with me for a second. It's hard to operate from up here. It's not really designed to be operated from up here, but there we go. It's designed to be operated from down below, but as you can see, it'll sit like that, closed, when it's not in use. And then these tracks that I have this tape on just because I didn't want to create a huge mess. I had to remove the handrail on this side, and I filled these holes. I'm going to finish those off here later today. But you can pull that handle downward, and then it locks it in place. And it's a good seal. It's a good hatch. It's made by Lewmar, so they make good products. They don't, nothing cheap about them, including the price. So today I'm going to finish installing the windlass. Well, not installing because that, I have to run all the electrical on it, but I'll try to do a separate video on that just so you can see, basically what it is you're going to run, I believe it requires number 8 wire up to the windlass itself, and then there is a relay, and the controls that'll sit at the helm. So it's pretty straightforward installation. And then down here, which I'm starting today, in that hole right there, just in front of that V, so that collision bulkhead is going to sit up against that bullard here, that 4x4 post that's sitting right there, and it's going to come pretty much not all the way to the top of to the deck, but pretty close. I still want to be able to have access to make sure that the chain row and the chain itself, if there's any problems, that you can kind of be able to get in there. But down here is where I'm going to start putting in the bow thruster. So the first thing is the tube. And the tube, before you put in the tube, you got to make damn sure that everything is measured properly. I mean, this is like you're putting, two 4-inch holes, 4+ inch holes under the water line of your boat. You gotta make sure those tubes line up and that they're plumb and level and square, so with everything else in here, so that you don't have any issues. So I'm going to take a look at some photos here in a minute of some other Grovers in the water. Make sure I know where this bow peak sits in the water line, or where the water line is, where it sits in the water. You want to make sure. There's a couple things about this. Number one is you want to make sure that you have enough room to glass around the bottom of it. So you're going to need to leave at least a couple inches from the very bottom of the V to get around there with the glass. And then the other thing is that you want to make sure that you're as far forward as you can get it, because that gives you a lot more mechanical leverage when you're using the bow thruster, and also as deep as you can get it, because you don't want the thing to be above the water, because that's not good for it either. So that's it. I'll sign back in here in a little bit. Let me get rocking and rolling. I'm gonna go ahead and fit this windlass in and just leave it there. Trying to do a lot of the rough stuff and just get everything installed, and then the wiring, pretty straightforward stuff. That's not going to be real difficult. But yeah, check this out. Look how nice that is. And then the only tie off I have on this boat is that bullard right there. But I am going to put two more that I have, two stainless ones, one on each side, and then I have to get like some 8 or 9 inch cleats for a spring line in the center. This thing has no cleats on it at all. So that's where we're at right now. Back to you shortly. Thanks very kindly.